In this video, sponsored by Lancaster Insurance, we take a bit of a shambolic look around the Retro Rides Weekender. Now it's all a bit disjointed because I was trying to plan it on the fly, so it might jump around a bit, but this is a walk around the Retro Rides Weekender held at Goodwood Motor Circuit. So let's have a look at some of the cars that are actually taking part in the track time. We've got a Mazda RX-7, there's always something to check on an RX-7, Toyota AE86, a very mean Chevette with an extra silencer because they're quite strict on noise here. Ford Mustang, that was in the campsite last night, that's going to be exciting. Ford Anglia, suggests he's hiding something under the bonnet there. The electric fan is whirring away. It got warmed up on the sighting laps. BMW 1602. Here's the NSU. It was on the campsite earlier. Yeah, there should be an engine in there. I think the engine has moved. That's quite exciting. Ford pickup. Ford Escort Mark III estate. Yeah, there's some interesting variety going on here. I think that BMW is hiding a V8, judging by the noises it was making last night. They certainly didn't sound very good. And here's my mate Jim in his Reliant Scimitar. All good? Excellent. That's quite a nice car. And look, 1602 Touring, or could be a 2002, I suppose. But yeah, a nice mix of motors. Tuck is over here in the paddock. Hold on, Mazda coming through. With a Mark II Astra, Mark II Golf, and a Daihatsu Hijet, which seems to be modified in quite strange ways. Notably, it's got an intercooler and an exhaust and a turbo. Turbo here sprouting out the floor, fires out the door. There you go, Pro 4M Engineering Solutions. That's certainly some sort of solution. Over here, gorgeous Lancia Fulvia, the HF, a Fiat Strada, or Ritmo in some markets. I think it was Ritmo in Italy, but for some reason they changed it to Strada in the UK. It's a fine pair of motors. There are more than one Stratos here. Delta Integrale in WRC spec, TR7. Lots of low imps here. Generally, they all sound quite ridiculous. Fiat Uno Turbo IE, Toyota Starlet of the rear-wheel drive type. Guessing that's an M5 BMW, or it's owned by a complete moron. One of the two. Now here's a fascinating display. This is a gathering of cars built by Retro Power. Retro Power, who seem to have a coach. That's showing off a bit. But I was hoping not to have music, but there you go. But I was going to talk you through this Jaguar, which I've enjoyed a passenger ride in. It's got an LS V8 engine, modern auto gearbox. Beautiful, beautiful car. Oh yeah, listen to the Will Smith. Hope I don't get a copyright claim. This is the Gordon Murray Escort, which is nearing completion. There's a fascinating build series on this. If you search for Gordon Murray Escort, Gordon Murray being the designer on a McLaren F1 amongst other things, and some other cars that are either friends of Retro Power or built by Retro Power. That's built by Performance Auto Works in Gloucestershire. They're Honda specialists. We've done a feature on that in Retro Japanese. And one of their most famous cars is this Audi short wheelbase recreation. So yeah, amazingly talented people at Retro Power. Do go and check them out, even if they do like Will Smith. Look at that for a Japanese rarity. Datsun 180B Coupe SSS. Oh, wow, I'm loving the embossed vinyl. That is beautiful. And the smell is magnificent. So that's the effectively the Datsun Bluebird of its day. We've got a Ken Merry Skyline here. Won't see many of those about. Big L26 cylinder. We've got the Hakasuka that was on the campsite last night. You won't see many of those about either. Celica Coupe. See this at all the events. And it looks like a Laurel.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, that's Feiss's Laurel. It's changed colour.
What's that?
It's changed colour.
Oh, it has Ian.
Oh, I do love those wheels.
Was it English?
It was blue and now it's white. I assume he's painted it white just so it matches the Celica. That's very kind of him. What we got going on the back end? Ooh, JDM spec rear lights now. Nice. I don't even know what that is. A Royal Saloon Toyota Crown, 3 litre apparently. So we've just got the pit lane filling up behind us. They're going out in batches of 5, so we'll go down the end and watch a couple of them go away. There's another Toyota Crown there, I think. A Chaser.
Why not? Make an entrance.
I don't know what that Audi 80 Quattro's got in the bonnet, but it's definitely 5 cylinders and it's definitely very, very fast. That was it cooling down for the end of its session, but definitely a V8 chuntering away in this one. Good grief. That's not much slower. Sierra LS 400. I guess that tells us what engine's in that one then. Now getting ready for the Rally Legends demonstration. An Alfa Romeo V6. In this Fiat Ritmo, which I hadn't realised when we had a look at it this morning. So they're going out for demonstration runs. And then we got a Lancia Stratos replica by Hawk. Volkswagen Golf looking quite mean and moody there. And just finishing off the morning track session. And of course we've got the Lancia Delta HF Integrale. Look at this, very early, for us anyway, Toyota Hilux. It's been given a bit of Driftworks treatment, but still a very rare sight in the UK. Let's go and see what else we can see. This is the Driftworks display, so all kinds of craziness going on along here. V8 there. Look at the throttle bodies on that. Crossed over throttle bodies. That's quite beautiful. Like that. One for all you Americans. Federalized Volkswagen Golf. But of course it wasn't called the Golf in America. It was called the Rabbit. Still got its Washington plate on the back. Look at these enormous federal bumpers with the rams in them. V6 Ritmo. Come to the other side of the track this afternoon. Took having a rest after her unofficial duties on track. Famous background of the Goodwood Circuit, the clock tower in the background, next to a Fiat Coupe and a Reliance scimitar. And it's worth having a look at the scimitar because obviously also fiberglass. And yeah, maybe that's a solution I should have used on the Mazda. Just get rid of the sunroof and just panel over it. Very nice Suzuki Cappuccino, gorgeous little cars. I love cappuccinos, and over here some of you aren't going to like it, but I really do. A very well modified O2 BMW. I mean, it's ridiculously low, and why would you remove one of the windscreen wipers? But a beautifully finished car. And we've got a pair of Honda Integras, the DC2 type. These are the JDM versions. We got them with an entirely different front end. The rest of the car, identical pretty much. Very slight difference in power output. But yeah, the JDM ones had these 3 lamp snouts. So there you go, another car with 6 headlamps. Over here, E28M BMW, that's rather lovely. You can see a Farina over there. That'll be a Riley with those fins, I think, over there. That's quite nice. The beach buggy we saw on the campsite. But oh, there's an MG Magnet. There's another variation over there. A little 106 with its rally stripes. A slalom apparently. And yeah, I mean, this is kind of typical of the sort of mix of cars that retro rides meet. You just get all sorts of stuff and in all sorts of condition. Not everything is modified, not everything is slammed to the ground. Mazda RX-7 showing off its Vankel engine. Very nice, the old 12A. An MX-5 with modifications. A Hyundai Pony pickup. There's a car you really don't see very often at all. It's a shame really, we've got to about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The event is starting to empty out a bit, but going to have a tour of this little circle here because we've got an extremely modified Mercedes, which I think we saw on the campsite earlier. BMW 850, what I think is an old Hudson up the back that's had a roof chop. And we've got a little Toyota Starlet hiding in there. Honda CRX. There we've got a selection of minis, an entirely stock Rover 3 litre and a modified Volkswagen Golf. That kind of just typifies what this place is like. I mean, look at that for comparisons. You won't find many car shows with this sort of variety. And oh, it's for sale. £17,000 if you fancy it. Best be not too tall, maybe, but incredibly low. Yeah, lots of lovely cars everywhere you look. And yeah, trade area over here. The Oso Retro people very kindly sorted out my stickers. Oh no, there's more cars we need to see down here. My unofficial pace car stickers were sorted out by someone on the Oso Retro team, so thank you very much for that. Oso Retro have a very big meet every year in Margate, so that's worth checking out. There are cool bikes about the place as well, many of those. You've got a Toyota Corolla in modified form, a Honda CRX, I apologise for the wobbling, no gimbal. But look at this. That's one of my favourite cars of all time. It's the Alfa Romeo 164 in cloverleaf form. I just absolutely adore it. It's the two-tone paint, very much of its era. And you know what thrills me even more? Look what I've just seen. Hurrah! But yeah, I've had a 164 myself. I had a 164 Lusso, and yeah, absolutely wonderful car. I loved it, but it had a few issues, and it was back before I did any tinkering at all, really. So I sadly and stupidly sold it for about 300 quid. So far, so me. But yeah, slightly low 2CV over here, a bit lower than mine. Toyota MR2, a very modified, fully roll caged 106, and a Land Rover 90 with a huge Cummins engine and a massive turbo, I'm guessing, judging by the air intake and the exhaust. And I'm guessing that's not relating to us. Yeah. And I can see a sand glow Triumph Dolomite behind the trees. Lovely. Oh, look at that for a lineup of O2s and Neue Klasses. So the four-door is a Neue Klasse saloon by BMW, sold as 2000s and 1600s, and the smaller version. Plane. That happens a lot. The O2s. And over here we've got a little Austin A40 and a Lotus XL is what that one is. So it's Supras, Mark 1 Cortina. I suppose I better go and have a look at the Cortina, otherwise I'll get shouted at by the Ford people again, which happens with surprising regularity. So there you go, there's the Ford Cortina, very nice. They are too in Mark 1 form. Volvo 240 here, Volkswagen Passat. Now I have to say, I'm really fond of these cars. I remember when these came out, seen as incredibly revolutionary, because there is no grille between the headlamps, and I really like the styling, chunky styling. You got, you know, lots of legroom in the back, because it's quite a long wheelbase. Something very pleasing, although removal of rear wiper should be made a criminal offence. Oh, I think that was the chap from Wales, in his huge Oldsmobile, sorry, Chevrolet, Caprice wagon. He was saying that's got a few issues and is drinking a fair bit more fuel than took. An Opel badged Astra, so that should surely make it a Cadet. Vauxhall Forenza, another O2, a Rover SD1. I think I was chatting to the owner of that earlier. It's very nice. Another one, Mark 1 Astra, Series 1 Land Rover there, Mazda RX-7, Citroen DS, Reliance Scimitar. This is just not how I normally do shows. The variety is magnificent. Three-door Sierra there, Ford Anglia, two Merc 190s, Toyota Land Cruiser VX drives through the background. This is what I love about this event. It's the sheer unadulterated joy of such variety. But I'm going to say that'll do for today. I'm going to stop filming because frankly I need a break and a bit of a sit down and maybe a cup of tea. So I am going to go and do that, and we will resume tomorrow. I think we might just have a gentle amble around site. It's a bit early, not an awful lot going on yet. I seem to have more grey in my beard. That must have been a fear of going around the track yesterday. But Mazda 323F has just turned up. That's quite good to see. I still like the look of those cars, even if I have no great desire to ever sit in one again. Those seats, just thinking about them makes my back hurt. But yeah, we'll go and see what else we got. The lineup behind Took is growing gently. We've got a Triumph Herald, a Volkswagen, what's that? Polo Coupe, Mazda MX-5, and a Nissan Silvia. That's quite a funky thing. Not quite as funky as what's arriving on this Merc Sprinter at the moment. This is where I can embarrass myself about my retro Japanese knowledge again, because I have no idea what that is. It looks like a Laurel Coupe, if such a thing exists. But yes, ongoing Datsun. Get a closer look when it comes past. There's going to be a bigger lineup of 70s Japanese stuff today. Looking forward to it. Here it comes. What is it? Oh, it's a Cedric Coupe 260C. There we go. We're learning all the time. I've got club displays off the track. Nice Escort and Orion there. Volvo 940 by the look of it. Land Rover forward control 101 with a mid-mounted V8 engine and permanent four-wheel drive. A little Fiesta Mark II, like my first car, only mine didn't have cool wheels. Another Toyota Starlet. Oh, no, this Fiesta is definitely more like it. That's got a look of Popular about it. So it's got a look of Popular. I can see a rear wiper, which is a bit luxurious. Maybe it's had the side mouldings removed. Yeah, it's a full-blown L. It says 1.6. They never did a 1.6L, so I think that tells you what's been modified there. Panda with a twin sunroof. Mark II Cavalier seemingly missing a front bumper. A Granada-y thing. And a Tangerine Terror.
Hello, Ian.
Good morning.
How are you, chap?
Very well, thank you.
You good?
Oh, it's good to see this one again. Yeah, Honda Z600. We featured this in Retro Japanese magazine. And yeah, very entertaining. Crazy little high revving twin cylinder air cooled engine at the front. And when I say at the front, I mean at the front. It is right up against the grille. And little indicators perched on top of the bumper. Amazing little car. And that is next to a Supra. It's been buffed away, and more Fiestas. And that's just what's here so far. Thought we'd just come to the entrance just to see what's going on. We've got a big Buick here. That's sounding pretty awesome. Ooh. BMW E34. Merc W126. Vauxhall Astra Mark II, BMW E28, Mazda MX-5, Fiat Coupe, Volvo 480, Hyundai Pony pickup, Volkswagen Golf, Nissan Bluebird, BMW 1602, which I think is an air ride because I saw that looking much higher than that yesterday. Renault 21 Turbo. I wonder if it's a full-blown Quadra. Noisy pillar in a Ford Focus, and I don't think the Skoda Yeti is going to be coming in here. But yeah, the Volvo 480 is looking minty fresh. They came in 2x2. It's like the ultimate Noah's Ark. Yeah, look at this bad boy. That is lovely to see because that is a real rarity. Not a Quadra, just a 2.1 turbo. Brilliant. Oh, Chevrolet Camaro, IROC Z. I do have a soft spot for those, and I don't like American cars. Nissan Stagea, Ford Cortina, Sierra Estate. That's looking quite silly, but it wasn't him, so it's all good. We got Escort XR3i, I think. Or am I going to get in trouble and find out it's a turbo? Oh no, it's a turbo. Misidentified. 1602 in the old Marlboro trim. Sorry, 2002. There's a Subaru Forester from the campsite. Yeah, good times. I think it's going to get rather busy. Got a Toyota Alphard there at the back. That's an MPV, JDM only, not seen in the UK. There goes a Volkswagen Golf with a trumpet for an exhaust. And oh, here comes a nice selection of cars. I shall keep recording as we get a Mark II Cortina, followed by a Mark II Escort, followed by a Lotus Sunbeam by the look of it. Brilliant. So I know we keep harping on about it, but it really is the variety that makes this show. It's just like, whatever you turn up in, yeah, that is all right, bring it in. And yeah, it's great to see. But I need to go and get ready for the briefing for the auto solo, so bring it on. This is the Lancia and Friends area. Well, this poor Lancia has no friends. It is a Beta Coupe. I'm guessing its friends will arrive shortly. I always quite like the fact the mirror goes through the quarter light on these. A bit strange, but there you are. This is part of the Beta Boys forum, but also on Lancia Motor Club. Very clean. There you go, a 1600 Lancia Beta, and yeah, very clean and tidy. The Beta, of course, being famous for being one of those cars that just rusted like you would not believe, so very nice to see one, especially as someone chopped the roof to put a sunroof in it. That makes its survival all the more remarkable, really. Right, let's see what's taking part in this afternoon's track session. And this Stagia thing, no one knows how to pronounce Stagia. Mark 1 MX5, AE86, a Mark 4 Fiesta. That's quite cool. E30 BMW Estate, M5. That came back on the tow rope on the track yesterday, so clearly whatever was the problem has been fixed. This BMW 2002 seems to be supercharged, judging by the noise it makes. Jim's Reliance Scimitar, a Jetta, which is a chance to appreciate the very underrated Volkswagen Jetta. I mean, that's quite a sharp shape. I think I prefer that to the Golf. Is that allowed? Cosworth powered Escort by the look of it. SD1 should be fun, and the Honda Beat should be amazing. That should handle quite well, and should be a right little screamer. So yeah, judging by the stickers, it does a fair bit of fun times. And here's Jim's absolutely shambolic scimitar, which no doubt he'd probably try and sell to you. Oh, he's pointing at this. Brown Truck Racing, apparently that is a thing.
On YouTube, subscribe.
Right, subscribe to that, but not before you've subscribed to HubNut. Nice paint.
Yeah, yeah. No, would you like some?
Is that speed stripes?
This, you can offer this in a HubNut competition.
Okay, there you go. If you want these bits of paint, you'll find them in a bin somewhere at Goodwood. You can have those back.
Okay, thank you.
Brilliant. How brilliant is that? Home away from home. One of the organisers in a Ford Transit ambulance. Loving that. I've just come to get a bit of a spectator view, because they're just about to start the afternoon session of the Brum Brums, so should be fun times. And that, I'm afraid, rather brings to an end our experiences here at Goodwood Motor Circuit, the home of the Retro Rides Weekender. I'm going to go and find my little plastic car, and I think the time has come to head home in it, or at least in a homeward direction. Home is still quite a long way away. I'm going to have an overnight halt in Hampshire, and then I will get back to Wales. You need to know none of this. That big car is also going to Wales. Well, there we go. That was the Retro Rides Weekender. It certainly isn't the sharpest footage from the show. There will be far, far better. But yeah, wonderful variety, and yeah, top mix of people and cars. So thank you very much to all the organisers, because once again it's the must attend event. Look out for the Retro Rides Gathering. That's the next meet. That's going to be at Shelsley Walsh in August. I'm planning to be there in either this car or the 2CV. The 2CV might get another crack up the hill. Be some top hill climb action all day. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe before you go. Don't forget the HubNut merch is available at hubnut.org, and you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/hubnut. But thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you in a future video. Farewell.